Why some countries are rich while others stay poor. What you're about to see may completely change the way you understand this topic. Stay with us until the very end, because the biggest revelation comes last. Now let's begin. Take a look at our planet from space. Some regions shine brightly with thriving cities, advanced industries, and bustling economies. Others remain far less developed, despite sharing the same world. Why is that? Why are some countries incredibly wealthy, while others continue to struggle with poverty? Is it geography, natural resources, education, leadership? Or is there something much bigger happening behind the scenes? The answer is far more fascinating and more complex than most people realize. The differences between nations affect nearly every aspect of life. Income, healthcare, education, technology, infrastructure, job opportunities, and even life expectancy can vary dramatically from one country to another. Yet poverty is not simply the absence of money. It often reflects generations of historical decisions, economic structures, political institutions, and global relationships. Understanding why countries succeed or struggle helps us better understand the world we all share. Let's start with geography. Geography plays an important role in economic development. Countries with easy access to oceans and navigable rivers often find it easier to trade with the rest of the world. Natural harbors reduce transportation costs, while major shipping routes connect businesses to global markets. In contrast, landlocked nations frequently face higher trade expenses because goods must cross neighboring countries before reaching international ports. Climate also matters. Extreme deserts, dense jungles, or harsh winters can make farming, transportation, and infrastructure more difficult. But geography alone does not determine a nation's future. Many countries have overcome geographic challenges through innovation and investment. Natural resources can also create enormous wealth. Oil, natural gas, minerals, fertile farmland, forests, and fresh water provide valuable opportunities for economic growth. These resources support industries, create jobs, and generate export income. However, resources alone do not guarantee prosperity. Some resource-rich nations have experienced corruption, economic instability, or overdependence on a single industry. Meanwhile, countries with relatively few natural resources have become global economic leaders through technology, manufacturing, finance, and innovation. How resources are managed often matters more than how many resources exist. Another major factor is education. Perhaps no investment shapes a country's future more than education. A skilled workforce drives innovation, improves productivity, and creates new industries. Students become engineers. Scientists make medical breakthroughs. Entrepreneurs build companies. Researchers develop technologies that transform economies. Countries that consistently invest in quality education often create long-term economic advantages that last for generations. Knowledge is one of the few resources that grows every time it is shared. Leadership also plays a critical role. Strong institutions and effective governance are essential for sustainable growth. Stable governments help create predictable environments where businesses can invest with confidence. Clear laws, transparent regulations, and reliable public services encourage entrepreneurship and economic activity. Infrastructure projects, healthcare systems, education policies, and long-term planning all depend on effective leadership. Good governance does not guarantee success overnight, but it creates the foundation upon which prosperity can grow. Trade is another important piece of the puzzle. No modern economy grows entirely on its own. International trade allows countries to specialize in what they produce most efficiently, while importing products they need from elsewhere. Every day, millions of containers move through ports. Cargo aircraft connect continents. Freight trains and trucks transport goods across vast distances. These global supply chains link factories, consumers, and businesses around the world. The more connected an economy becomes, the greater its opportunities for growth and innovation. One country demonstrates many of these ideas remarkably well. Singapore offers one of the world's most extraordinary development stories. Despite having limited land and very few natural resources, it transformed itself into one of the world's leading financial and trading centers. Its strategic location, world-class port, efficient public services, investment in education, and business-friendly environment helped attract global companies. Over several decades, Singapore demonstrated that careful planning, strong institutions, and human capital can overcome significant natural limitations. Its experience shows that geography creates opportunities, but good decisions help determine how those opportunities are used. Surprisingly, natural resources can sometimes become a disadvantage. Economists sometimes describe this as the resource curse. In some cases, countries rich in valuable resources become overly dependent on exporting raw materials. When global commodity prices rise, revenues increase. But when prices fall, economic growth can slow dramatically. Diversified economies often prove more resilient. Countries that invest in manufacturing, technology, services, education, and innovation create multiple sources of growth rather than relying on a single industry. Balance can provide greater long-term stability. So, what does the data actually show? Economic data reveals several common patterns among many prosperous nations. Higher educational attainment, greater productivity, reliable infrastructure, strong institutions, access to global markets, investment in research and development. None of these factors works alone. Instead, long-term prosperity usually emerges from many systems working together over decades. There is no single formula, but there are consistent patterns. Looking ahead, innovation is becoming one of the world's greatest economic advantages. New technologies improve productivity. Artificial intelligence assists industries. Advanced manufacturing creates greater efficiency. Medical research improves public health. Renewable energy expands new economic opportunities. Countries that encourage research, entrepreneurship, and scientific discovery often position themselves for future growth in an increasingly competitive world. Ideas can become one of a nation's most valuable exports. The global economy continues to evolve. Artificial intelligence, automation, renewable energy, digital infrastructure, advanced communications, and space technology are reshaping industries around the world. Tomorrow's economic leaders may not simply possess the largest populations or the greatest natural resources. Instead, they may be those that adapt most effectively to technological change while investing in human talent and innovation. The future will reward flexibility as much as size. After exploring these factors, one conclusion becomes clear. Prosperity rarely depends on a single advantage. Geography matters, resources matter, education matters, leadership matters, trade matters, innovation matters. But the greatest success often comes from combining these strengths over many years through consistent planning, investment, and cooperation. Economic development is usually a long journey rather than a single event. So, why are some countries rich while others remain poor? Because wealth is rarely created by one factor alone. It is shaped by history, geography, institutions, education, trade, innovation, leadership, and countless decisions made over generations. Every nation faces unique opportunities and unique challenges. Understanding these differences helps us appreciate not only where countries are today, but also where they may be heading in the future. The world's economy is constantly changing, and every generation helps write the next chapter. Now we'd like to hear from you. Which factor do you believe has the greatest impact on a country's success? Education, leadership, natural resources, innovation, trade, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could spark an interesting discussion with viewers from around the world. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below and share your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Global Insight, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest documentaries, global affairs, history, science, and world-changing stories. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep seeing the bigger picture with Global Insight.